Hi everyone, welcome to One Connected Love. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Christina.
And we are true twin flames in union. And today we're here to talk to you about a topic we see a lot, and it is, why is my twin flame ghosting me?
Yeah, this seems to be something that we hear a lot of people talking about it. We've experienced it ourselves, before we came into union. So it's definitely something that is on a lot of people's hearts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we can talk about what exactly is ghosting. I'm sure many of you already know, things are going fine with your twin flame or seemingly, and you, out of the blue, one day they're just gone. They vanished. They maybe blocked you on all social media or just vanished and, left you on red.
Yeah, or just told you that they didn't want anything else to do with it, yeah, they're just cut off.
Yeah, so why does ghosting happen?
Yeah, this is a really good question. So let's look at it energetically of what's going on. So your twin flame, or the person you believe to be your twin flame, everything's going well, and all of a sudden they're just not responding to you. They're, to varying degrees, right? If you look at it, knowing that your outer reality is reflecting your inner reality, and you apply the mirror exercise, which is taught by the teachings of union, you can see that what's happening. So step one would be, I'm upset that my twin flame is not speaking to me. Step two would be, I'm upset because I'm not speaking to myself. So energetically, what's happening is that there's been a drop in the connection in your union, in your relationship.
Right. And the reason why it happens, like Christina touched on a little bit, is because the relationship with your twin flame is meant to reflect your relationship with yourself. And on some level, you may not be aware consciously how or why it's happening, but when your twin flame ghosts you, it means that there's something going on with the relationship with yourself inside. And using the mirror exercise, on some level, there's something going on with the communication. You may be ghosting yourself. Now, one thing I want to get clear, ghosting in the sense of energy or or a relationship just means on some level you're avoiding yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is the common thing that happens a lot of time when someone might propose, someone is experiencing ghosting and someone proposes, well, maybe on some level you're not communicating with yourself, and people will always be like, I'm communicating with myself just fine. How could I not be? But you have to be willing to dig deeper. You have to be willing to be really present with your feelings, right? This is a feeling journey. Your feelings matter. And I think a trap a lot of people get into is that when you experience this, you might validate a lot of what's happening or rationalize what's happening. And it honestly doesn't matter why it happened. The truth is that you have to feel your feelings about it, right? You could be like, well, they're busy with work or whatever, but there's a lot of reasons why it could happen that you could rationalize with your thinking, logical brain, but it's your feelings that matter.
Right. And that's a good point that I want to mention, is that there's a difference between thinking about your feelings and feeling your feelings. And yes, it's true. You know, there might be a part of you that's like, I'm with myself all day and I think about the situation and I think about what's going on and I'm, in my feelings, and that may be true to an extent. But there's a difference between thinking about how you feel and feeling the feelings. And many times, avoidance of yourself and avoidance of your feelings can be not a conscious thing that you realize that you're doing, and that's why it's important to uncover exactly what's happening with the mirror exercise. In many cases, at least in my experience, and I know Christina's experience, what your twin flame is reflecting to you, the upset that you have in yourself, in your own consciousness, may not be directly related to what they're reflecting. It may actually be in some other part of your life where you're doing this to yourself. And your twin flame points it to you, and that's why you need to go digging for it. You need to go find it with the mirror exercise to get clear.
Well, the truth is that if it's happening within your twin flame union and it's being brought up there, it's probably likely that you're also avoiding yourself in other aspects of your life, or you carry the same upset throughout the different realms of your life. Right. And so your twin flame is your partner in your ascension, and they're showing you something about what you're choosing. And so what should you do if you're experiencing this in your union?
Yeah, so this is where feeling your feelings and emotional honesty comes into play. What you should do is really get clear on, finding out where this is playing out in your life. Usually when your twin flame shows you something, it's a pattern that it may be only happening in one place, but in many times it carries over to many parts. So say, for example, your twin flame is ghosting you. Again, that means on some level you're avoiding yourself. Well, where in your life are you avoiding yourself in your feelings? Are you not being honest with how you feel about your finances? Are you not being honest with how you feel about yourself in some way? This is why you need to explore with the mirror exercise and pinpoint all of these places where you're avoiding yourself and you're not being honest with how you feel about yourself. And as soon as you work through those, then that's when things begin to change.
Yeah, and sometimes you may not be very clear on a specific example of how you might be doing that to yourself might not come to mind, but it's safe to feel those feelings that come up as a result of having this experience, right? Because that in itself is like a huge piece that will lead you to the awareness of what this part of you needs to feel loved.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like, again, the point that I just want to make is that it's important to consider your entire life and where you've experienced this in your life, because sometimes things that you're holding on to may have been in the past, and it could be something that is carrying over through into your present life and affecting your present life.
Yeah, and I also I think it's important to address this as well, that when you experience a drop in communication from your twin flame, it's an opportunity for you to go deeper with yourself, for you to communicate with yourself. Some people could have a pattern of avoiding themselves and using their relationship with their twin flame as a distraction for other issues at hand that they don't want to deal with. And so you could manifest, a break in communication with your twin flame because this other thing really needs to be handled. And this is the divine communicating to you that it's really important that you look over here right now because this other piece of your life very much needs your attention. And so it's really important to be very clear with yourself and emotionally honest of where you might be avoiding yourself, because it's safe to feel your feelings. It's safe to address the issues in your life. Your twin flame journey is an entire life experience, right? Your whole life will transform in a good way. And so it's an invitation for you to stay grounded and present in your whole life and recognize that your twin flame isn't going to solve your issues. You have to do that. And when you choose to be fully present with yourself, and you're choosing to, give yourself the love and attention that you need, you're going to find that your twin flame mirrors that to you.
Yeah, and something that came up when you were mentioning that is like you said, you know, well, you don't have to try to fix your twin flames problems.
Right.
You don't have to focus on your twin flame, whatever their behavior is, because they're just pointing you back to you. No matter what you do, they'll point you back to you. And the fastest way to heal is to focus on you. Clear these patterns out and heal them. And as you go deeper with yourself, you go deeper with your twin flame.
Yeah, exactly. You know, the purpose of the journey is helping you to develop a really healthy relationship, like with the divine, with yourself. And so as you do that, you know, your relationship with your twin flame becomes, you know, better and better, and you will transcend, you know, the this energy of like ghosting, because you know, you no longer need to be like redirected to focus on yourself. Like you begin to just be able to do that naturally.
Right.
So,
well, I feel complete there.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed this video this week. And if you do want more content like this, please like and subscribe to our channel. We do want to mention one more time that we are Ascension coaches. We do private readings. We also do twin flame coaching. If you're interested in working with us, check out our website at oneconnectedlove.com. And as always, we'll see you next time.